This is Tom, nerdremix.com. A lot of people are using the word grindhouse and stuff like that as an excuse to have a shitty movie. Some of the most over-the-top grindhouse movies from the late 70s, early 80s that I think are way over the top and fucked up that I think Animal Soup, the movie that I'm reviewing now, is I kind of liken it to Maniac, Bloodsucking Freaks, Snuff, things like that. Really low budget, not much on the way of plot or acting, but gross out after gross out, especially something like Bloodsucking Freaks. Animal Soup is like that. It's your basic, if you're familiar with the horror genre, it's your basic Texas Chainsaw Massacre story. Twisted cannibals in the woods. Unwary travelers happen upon them. In this case, it's two groups of hikers. Two guys are hiking together, and then there's two goth girls hiking together. The two guys get it pretty quick, but David Davies and James Kirby, the guys that wrote and directed this movie, if they had put this out back in the 80s when they were having the big video nasty thing going on in England where, they were censoring and banning films, these guys wouldn't stand a fucking chance. This movie is over the fucking top. There's not much in the way of plot. There's not much in the way of effects. I mean, some of the effects. There's a scene where a guy gets a sledgehammer to his knee, and he gets drilled in the knee, and then they pull his tooth out, and the guy pisses on him, which they show the piss coming out like an extreme close-up, and he drills him in the mouth and then licks it off and everything, and the effects are really hokey, but this is one of those movies that's so terrible that it's good. The two goth girls, one of them, Sophia Disgrace. I recognized her from Bear Scary, a short film I reviewed a while back. She's kind of a goth burlesque fetish model. She doesn't get naked in this. She didn't get naked in Bear Scary. I want to see her naked sometime. She's kind of a scary goth girl, but there's no female nudity in this movie at all, and I kept hoping that maybe she would do something, and she didn't. But anyway, if anybody knows a movie she gets naked in, let me know. But let me run down some of the shit that goes on in this movie, because like I said, there's not much in the way of story. There's, these people come across some wrecked out shacks and heavy equipment and an old asylum for the criminally insane and everything. Let me run down the gross out moments. The one goth girl, she's kind of a big girl. Her name's Scorpio Vixen. I guess she left the production. And interesting fact, uh, David Davies, one of the writers, directors of this, actually body doubled her after she left the production. So whenever in shots you don't see her head, it's actually his body. She takes a shit in the woods, and one of the cannibals eats it while it's still warm and steamy. Sophia Disgrace takes a piss in the woods. There's so many messed up things in this movie. First 5 minutes, there's a chain in the nipple. Guy gets all messed up. There's some obvious dead animals in it. Most of the gross out effects, you can tell they used real animal parts. A guy at one point, one of the cannibal guys tries to rape Sophia Disgrace, and she kicks him in the nutsack, and they get a fucking extreme close up of the heel hitting the nutsack. It's not cool at all. The worst dude in this probably is, I think his name is Mad Tom, and he walks around in a bra and some severely pissed and shit-stained pants. At one point, they actually show poop coming out of his ass while he poops down this hole and it lands on Sophia's head. I am Sophia, or anybody else, if you're watching this, I sincerely hope that was not real shit hitting your head, because I know it was real shit coming out of the dude's ass. You're not going to believe this movie if you watch it. It is fucked up. Lloyd Kaufman makes a really good cameo in it. He plays a TV host, like on a home shopping network, selling Princess Di's skull. That's pretty cool. There's just the one goth girl, the big one, so Scorpio Vixen. I don't know her character's name. Sorry. At one point, they gag her with a apple. They shove a big wooden stake up her ass and start pounding it with a hammer until it pops out of her mouth, kind of like the impalement in Cannibal Holocaust. There's just so much shit that's completely fucking wrong with this movie. I mean, it's just so disturbing on every level. Uh, Hamish, the guy, the one main guy, he kind of looks like Leatherface with a mask. Most of the time, it looks like it's made out of fucking cheese woods smeared on his face. James Kirby actually plays him, one of the writer directors of the movie, and it's typical Leatherface stuff. He squeals and everything else. At one point, David Pliskin, the guy that plays Mad Tom, they show him actually beating off, wiping his ass on the ground. I mean, there's just so many fucked up things about this movie, man, and some of it just doesn't make sense. But wow, I know probably watching this review, you're thinking, man, there's no way that they show all this shit in a movie, but they do. It is completely fucked up. Like I said, a ghetto Leatherface and a guy that looks like a whacked out Charles Manson in shit stained pants and a bra that's all stained up, running around, fucking people up. The two goth chicks and the two other guys, and I mean, there's just so much stuff. At one point, they show the Mad Tom guy eating like a fucking raw pig head, like cut in half, and like I said, way too much. The dude takes them pants off way too much. I wish one of the women in the movie would have got naked. Didn't happen. But wow, man, this is one of those movies where you just get done watching it and you're like this. You know what I mean? Like that. So if you're a fan of this fucking gross out 70s stuff, I mean, this shit puts Hostel and stuff like that to shame. And I mean, it's not like some of the bigger budget, over the top things that are coming out. Like, a lot of people said things about Calvaire and Frontiers and stuff like that. This movie is god damn. I mean, these guys are fucking out there. I don't know how they made it. I mean, at one point, a guy gets stabbed in the cock, and there's blood coming out, and the one Mad Tom guy sitting there going like, drinking the fuck. It's yeah. But anyway, it's an independent movie. We got to support this thing. This movie, I can't say enough fucked up things about it. The audio in it is total shit. I mean, total shit. But you're paying attention to the audio so much that you're looking at the screen, so you notice every assault of the fucking senses that happens. I can't believe this movie. I can't believe this movie got made. If it gets picked up for distribution, it's a fucking miracle. I'm sure Derek or somebody will post a link on the site to where you can buy it. But if you really want a fucked up experience, if you really want to see something that's going to make you go, God damn, then pick up this movie, won't you? Support independent cinema. Thanks.